How I was feeling when I arrived was really, really excited. I guess I was feeling at peace with the decision of coming here and sort of proud that my best mate and I had arrived and we were doing this together. And then there's always those little nerves when you get here and what's it going to be like? What are the people going to be like? What's the group going to be like? So it was just excitement and what's going to come for this week, and also that feeling of pride and just leading into it for giving this a really good go. How I feel in comparison now from the start of the week, not to sound cliche, but it's pretty incredible. The change, I feel more still. I feel more respect and love for myself, which again probably sounds really cliche, but having this opportunity to really be present with a great bunch of people, to experience the yoga, the breathwork, everything, it really has been transformational for me personally. It's exactly what I needed. So to have that growth in a week is pretty incredible. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I feel the biggest shift for me that has been within me this week has really been the ability to sit with myself, and I think learn to really love who I am and be really proud and comfortable with who I am. And that's come through in the different classes, but it's also come through with spending this quality time with my best mate here and us growing together, but also connecting with these people who were strangers at the start of the week who are now these people who I just feel really confident and comfortable with and happy, and there's a lot of joy. And so yeah, the shift for me has been self-love, self-care, and a real growth with that. The highlight for me this week on the breath ice movement retreat, I think I said that right, has been so many things. Actually, my bestie Danny and I, who came together every day, we've done our highlights to each other. We're only allowed 3, and every day I've tried to do a lot more than 3 because there's honestly been so many. But I guess if I had to wrap it up with one thing, I had a really, really moving breath and ice session on Wednesday. That was really pivotal for me, really emotional, which I did expect and I didn't, but it was so powerful. And I think knowing that and then moving in, like feeling the emotions, but being supported and held with the strength of everyone here, but then going into the cold plunge with Danny and Dave, and then laughing hysterically about the most ridiculous things, and to have that joy and laughter with someone I've known my whole life and then with someone I've just met and feel so comfortable and safe is pretty awesome. And to the highs and lows and just the human experience of it all has been a really, really big highlight for me. Some of the practices that I've learnt this week that I am so keen to take home and embed in my everyday life. I already do the Conscious Club with Benny every Friday, and when I started doing that, I literally didn't think I'd like it, but I've just literally fallen in love with that, and it really has changed my life. And Benny's played a huge role in that, huge role. So thank you, Benny. I want to do that more, but whether I'm able to do that or not, but that's certainly something I want to do. The the contrast therapy is awesome. I've also tried yoga so many times, and I need to commit more to it because the beauty and the magic of that, the stillness, and as we learnt today in our yoga session was that yoga is actually about finding the still. And Donna said about how busy our lives are. And like everyone, I have a really busy life, and I don't think I give enough time or attention to being still and appreciating what I do have. And also knowing what your body can and can't do, which it can do everything with moderation. And I've loved that. And so for me, everyday breathing, meditation, the yin yoga, the stretching is certainly something that I really want to take home and apply to my everyday life, because I think it's pretty awesome lessons to have learned. The kind of person I would recommend this retreat for is an excellent question, because I think old me wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have been open to it or would have balked at it a bit. But since starting working with Benny, I was all in the minute I saw it. It's exactly what I needed. As I've said, I think I would recommend this retreat for anyone who's in that phase of life where maybe it's a rut, or maybe you're searching, or maybe you're exhausted, or maybe you want to celebrate something about yourself, because I think life is so busy that we don't value our inner self enough and give ourselves the time. I would really also recommend, whilst doing it by yourself is incredible and incredibly empowering, my best friend and I have done it together because we wanted to share this journey together, and that's really been incredible for our friendship. So I really think, I'm sure people have said it, but if you're thinking about it, do it. Life's too short. Embrace the change, embrace the opportunity, because it really is magic. What I liked best about Donna and Benny's support and care this week, I don't know if I can pick just one thing. I think I felt so comfortable this whole week. You know, I felt supported and inspired, trusted, respected, which I think is a really big thing. You know, when I had my big day the other day, Benny just took one look at me and was like, "Do you need a hug?" And it is exactly what I needed. And so that speaks for both Benny and Donna, that I think they're beautiful people in terms of the way they read you. They meet you where you're at and they support that and they honour that. And I think that that's a really awesome thing in our world. And they've taught me a lot and they've made me feel really safe and really comfortable. So I'm very grateful. I guess I want to share the magic of this place, of Bali. First time to Bali, which probably sounds weird for an Aussie because I feel like all the Aussies come here, but first time for me, and to do this has just been magic. Everyone we've come into contact with is amazing and kind, and they really teach you the power of a smile. So simple, but so incredible. All the expeditions we've had, the surprises, the extras, and there's always apprehension when you're meeting and hanging out with a group of strangers for a week, right? But honestly, I've met some incredible people who I know I will stay in contact with. I have not laughed as much as I have this week in a very long time. Like, from laughing with the masseuses in our room, from laughing in the cold plunge, in the sauna, wherever it's been, this whole week's been brilliant, and I'm so proud of myself for doing it. I'm proud of myself for opening up to the opportunity, and I can't wait to do another one.